I spent more than 10 years in project management executing other people's strategies. Stakeholders came to me because they knew I was in charge. They knew I was in control of their vision and I could deliver. Then I moved into strategy roles and I nearly destroyed my career. My coach one day told me, the same skill that made you successful today are going to stop you from becoming the person you want to be tomorrow. Sit with it for a second. I will come back to it at the end of the video. I'm Barbara, strategy manager with more than 20 years of corporate experience. I have rebuilt my career across 3 different countries, and today I'm going to cover the 1 shift that change everything when you move from doing to directing. This video is for you if you're moving into or you're currently struggling in director, leadership, strategy roles. Up until a few weeks ago, you were rewarded for being the best executor of your team. You got promoted because you delivered. You were the go-to person who got things done. You grew in the company with the identity of being a reliable team player who executes projects or tasks without any flaw. Then a new role opened up. It was a new opportunity. You were tired of being the constant executioner, of chasing people all day long to make sure they actually delivered. You got the job, and now you're actually facing the harsh reality of different rules. The game is different. The game has changed. You're now measured on other people's execution. Your deliverables are no longer a project. They are a strategy. They are a vision. They are the direction of the company. There is no one here telling you what success looks like, because now it's the time for you to define what success looks like. You realize no one is chasing you with harsh deadlines. They are now longer and the impact is indirect. No one told you your superpower, which was execution, can now become your weakness. So you're basically stuck trying to do everything by yourself. You're struggling to let go, to trust others, to even open up your mind and think about the bigger picture. But what is this bigger picture even? You are frustrated and you're feeling like you're not doing anything tangible. And the imposter syndrome hits you hard because your work feels less concrete. The mindset shift you need to do to make this work is moving from deliver results to I create the conditions for results to thrive. What this actually means is your job is no longer doing, it's enabling. In your execution role, your hands were doing the work. In a directorship, senior management role, your hands are on the environment, on the strategy, on the people that do the work for you. For example, instead of building the perfect presentation, you are going to define what problems we are going to solve and why it matters. Your new deliverables are clarity, are direction, are decision-making frameworks. You are now leading people you don't even directly manage. So as a manager, you have direct reports, you tell them what to do and they do it. Your position gives you authority. As a director, you're leading cross-functional teams. Many don't report to you at all. So the challenge is, how do you influence people you have no direct power over? You have to inspire them, you have to align them. You have to get them both into the vision, and this requires a completely different set of leadership and influence skills. So let me give you a concrete example for one of my projects. I was working with a head of department who was really reluctant to dig into certain data with me. He was worried, what if the numbers looked bad? What would it mean for my team? Now, if I had direct authority over this person, I could have just said, give me the data, but I didn't. He didn't report to me, so I couldn't prescribe. I had to influence. It took several sessions of building trust. I had to help him understand. We are looking at these numbers for the right reasons. Even if they're not positive, it doesn't reflect, it's not a reflection on you, on your team. It's about understanding the real story so we can make better strategic decisions. At director level, you can't just demand compliance. You have to bring people along. You have to address their concerns, build trust, and help them see the bigger picture. You're teaching people how to think, not just what to do. You must be able to articulate the why behind everything. Ambiguity is now your friend, not your enemy. In your execution role, you had clear deliverables, you had defined timelines, you had measurable outputs, measurable outcomes. In your director role, you need to navigate uncertainty, disagreements, to shape the strategy, to influence without authority. Your main role is to bring people together. For example, should we enter this market doesn't really have a clear answer. So your job is to create the framework that will enable that decision, that choice. Get comfortable with "it depends" and "let's explore that." Now your impact is measured on how much you can influence others. And this requires letting go of "I can do it better myself." There is no myself any longer. There is the business interest. I'm going to bring you another example. A few months into my new strategy role, we had a critical deliverable due while I was on holidays. I knew if I didn't step in, it wasn't going to get done on time, or at least not done the way I thought it needed to be done. So I worked for 3 days in a row during my holiday and got it done myself. Did I even receive a thank you? Nope, because delivery was not part of my job. So here is what I realized. That was still me playing the execution game. The director level question I should have asked wasn't, "Can I execute this better?" But it was, "Why isn't my team or why isn't this team equipped to deliver this without me? What clarity, support, or decision did they need from me before my holiday that would have set them up for success?" Do you see the difference? That's the shift, and it's uncomfortable as hell, especially when you've built your entire career on being the person who delivers no matter what. Your success metrics change completely. When you're in execution mode, success is pretty straightforward. Did I deliver on time? Was it on budget? Did I meet the specification? You can measure your success at the end of the week or even at the end of the day in certain cases. As a director, the questions become much bigger and even messier. Did we solve the right problem in the first place? Is the organization better positioned because of the decision we made together? Are people actually aligned on where we are going? These aren't questions you can answer this week or even next month. You're being measured on outcomes that play out over 6 to 12 months, sometimes even longer. Your job shifts to formulating what success even looks like. You're defining the destination, not how to get there. And as I said at the beginning, the same skills that made you successful today are going to stop you from being the person you want to be tomorrow. Being a great executioner makes it harder to let go. You see all the way things could be done better, but your job now is to coach others to get there, not to do it yourself. So how do you actually make this shift? 1, you need to change your daily questions from "what do I need to deliver today?" to "what clarity, decision, direction does the team need from me today?" 2, you need to practice cross-functional leadership. Don't wait for the promotion. Find projects that require you to influence people outside of your direct team. Learn how to lead without authority. This is your training ground and it will help you in the future. 3, develop your teaching ability. Start articulating why you do things, not just what you do. When someone asks how to solve something, don't give them strict direction, don't prescribe. Teach them to think through it. 4, audit your calendar. If you're spending more than 50% in execution mode, you're not in a director role mentally yet. Director time means strategic thinking, means stakeholder alignment, means coaching, means decision making. Allocate execution time only on things that generally only you can do. 5, practice let go in small ways. Pick one thing this week that you would normally do yourself. Give it to someone else with clear context or objectives. Don't give them any instructions. Let them figure out the how to get there. And resist the urge to jump in to fix it. 6, reframe not doing as doing strategy work. Think time is work. Stakeholder conversation is work. Creating alignment is work. Defining the course for what comes next is work. You're not being lazy, you're operating at a different altitude. 7. Find your new measures of success. Did I remove a blocker from my team? Did I provide clarity on a complex decision? Did I influence a key stakeholder toward our goal, toward our strategy? When I moved into strategy, I nearly got put on a performance improvement plan because I couldn't make the shift. I was still operating on the execution game board, trying to perfect every deliverable, getting frustrated when teams didn't execute on my standard, micromanaging because I could do it better and faster myself. But what saved me was realizing that I was looking at a project with my old execution lenses, my old execution hat, while I had to put a different hat on, with the idea of not looking for deliverables but for directions. Now when I catch myself wanting to jump in and fix something, I ask, is this me being strategic or is this me being comfortable in my old role? Am I executing or am I enabling? So to summarize, here are the 3 big mind shifts. You stop doing the work and start thinking about the work. You need to move from how do I do this task to what is the right thing for the business to do. So your role becomes planning, guiding, and choose the right direction. 2, you shift from my project to the whole company. You stop thinking only about your task. You start thinking about the impact on money, people, time, risk, long-term goals. 3, you move from solving problems to building people. Instead of fixing things yourself, you help others fixing them. You grow talent, you build trust, you create teams that can run even without you. So, if you're navigating this transition or thinking about building something outside of corporate while you're still in it, hit the subscribe button as I share real stories from 22 years of corporate life across 3 different countries. No fluff, just what actually works.